Alright, in this recording I'm going to give you some tips on how to format your paper in MLA format using Microsoft Word. So one of the first things you'll notice is that we have our standard MLA heading. In this case I just have student name where your name should be, and I want to make sure that I have the running head up in the upper right hand corner in the margin. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the margin, and this opens up the header menu called Design. And what I want is, the first thing I want is for there to be a page number in the upper right hand corner. So I'm going to come over here and I'm going to click on page number. And I want it to be at the top of the page, and I want it to be in the right hand corner, so I'm going to choose play number 3, and there it is. And then I want to put the author's last name. In this case it's going to be name, because its student name is the name of our pretend student. And I am finished with that task, so I will close the header footer menu, and you'll notice that it then fades into the background, and now we're back on the main document. You'll also notice that that is updating the page number on every page. If I try to type in the number, then it won't. It'll be the same number on every page. Alright, the next thing you'll notice is that we have the heading that's uniformly double-spaced, along with the title that is centered and uniformly double-spaced, but what we seem to have here is a slightly larger gap. I can go ahead and make that bigger so it's noticeable, between our Works Cited page entries, and we want to make sure that that goes away. That happens because the default for Microsoft Word puts a 10-point space at the end of each paragraph. So here's what we want to do. We want to highlight all of that text, right-click to get this menu up, hit paragraph. You can also find the paragraph menu up here. Let's open up that menu, and here you see the offending spacing after 10 point. Reduce that down to 0, and everything is as it should be. Now we're going to keep that text highlighted because we want to do a couple other things to it. We want to make sure that these are hanging paragraphs. So once again, bring up our paragraph menu. Up here in special we want hanging paragraphs, and that makes sure that it sets off the first line of each entry, which in this case of course is going to highlight the author's last name. When we do that, the first thing that we notice is that these are not in alphabetical order. Well, there's a quick way to fix that, and that is that's to come up here in the paragraph menu and notice that there's an alphabetize this selected text or sort numerical data, and so you click on that, sort by paragraphs, by text, and we want it ascending. So okay, and now we have this in alphabetical order, so you don't even have to do it yourself. Alright, now what you'll notice, for convenience sake, I have not put in the notations yet, because if I tried to alphabetize with the notations, it's going to try to alphabetize the notations as well, and we don't want them to do that. So now we have all of our entries alphabetized. I'm going to fill in all of the annotations. Okay, so now we have the annotated bibliography, but notice that we have things rubbing up against the margin that are not the author's name, or in this case the author might be a corporate author. So we're going to come up here and hit the indent button, and now we have it all lined up. Now in some cases, like this one, it's going to be, everything is going to be hanging paragraph, so we're going to highlight, well actually we can just put the cursor anywhere on the paragraph, and we can take it off of hanging paragraph. So once again, paragraph none, and it looked like the last paragraph, and then indent. Of course you can also do that in one step, so in paragraph take it off hanging, and then increase the indent by 0.5 or 1 tab, as long as they both get done. And notice I can just click anywhere on the paragraph. And I'll show you once again the old way. A little bit laborious, granted, but easier than hitting a carriage return after every line, and then if you ever want to edit it, it all gets out of order. So here we have alphabetized and correctly formatted annotated bibliography. One other task, sometimes your margins will be set to 1.25 on either side. So what you're going to do is go over to the page layout menu, hit margins, click on margins, and make sure that it's under normal. And now we have a correctly formatted annotated bibliography. And of course, a lot of these steps you will have to use for your final paper as well.